Hi there, my name's Dallas Gislason. I'm the Director of Economic Development here at the South Island Prosperity Partnership. The South Island Prosperity Partnership is a regional economic alliance. Our job is to look at the composition of our economy here in Greater Victoria and really look at how we then pursue what we want or where we want it to go in terms of the types of jobs, the types of inclusive and diversified economy that we think is needed in the region. And we do that in a number of different ways, which you can read about in our strategic plan, which we recently released. It's called Rising to Resilience. So there's lots of detail in there about the work, but we put together this video series really to talk about some of the elements in this strategic plan and talk about why it's important. In this video right now, I want to address why this work is important to retirees. Now, typically, you wouldn't think of our work having an impact on retirees, and certainly it's not designed to work on behalf of retirees. But as a region that is, very attractive as a place to enter this latter stage of wisdom in your life, which is really moving out of the workforce and into a different phase. We think that this work does actually impact you. There's a couple of different ways that it does. One way that's direct is that it diversified, like doing economic development well, means that there will be a diversified tax base, a more diversified tax base, which then creates stability in our local services, which we all value, right? We want police, we want parks, we want these local amenities. We want good, clean drinking water. We want, infrastructure for us to ride our bikes on, and these new e-bikes that I hope you get, and all these great things that we take for granted sometimes. But that stuff takes tax revenue, and having a diversified tax base is a good thing. So that's one of the things that we aspire to achieve, and one of the ways it impacts you. The second way, which is can seem like indirect, even though I think it is direct, and that is as our region ages demographically, we actually are predicted to have about 28% of our population will be over the age of 65 by 2038, and so right now we're about 22%. And so as our community ages demographically, that we have this bubble moving toward a more average age of higher aged people. The demand for certain types of services shifts with that change. One of those shifts, of course, is in our healthcare system. Now, one of the challenges we have in a region is attracting people. So our unemployment rates, if you look at the healthcare system, are acutely low, and will get worse because other cities across Canada also want to attract those people, and so it makes it very difficult to compete to attract the healthcare workers that we need. And one of the barriers that we find when we talk to employers across all different sectors is that when they try to recruit talent from other parts of Canada to come here, typically what happens is the person says, "Oh, well, what's my spouse going to do?" Because their spouse, he or she or them, they do something else, not in healthcare, or maybe they do, but oftentimes they don't. And so they need to make sure that there's a job for their spouse to also make a life here, because as we know, our region is expensive. It requires in many cases a 2-income household to make it work. And so making sure that our economy is actually diversified and dynamic actually helps us attract the talent that we acutely need. And so that's why our work is so essential to retirees and to healthy aging here. We need to be able to attract the people that are going to serve our aging populations. So that's just a couple of reasons why our work is beneficial. There are more to get into. We could talk about, having your kids and your grandkids close to home, having the careers that they want to, or that they need to make a life here. But there's many reasons that this work is beneficial, but there's a few that to get us thinking. So I hope that's interesting to you. If not, reach out to us and chat about it. We're happy to explore how we can do things better or differently. But that's enough for now. We have lots of work to do, so I'm going to get to it, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.